Hi Enrique, how are you?
Everything okay, everything okay. Pleasure to be with all of you.
Thank you, and it's my pleasure and honor that you are joining us. So, welcome again, and first of all, our wishes and with all everybody in Spain. I hope things are getting better now, and everybody is in your family, friends, and your company. Everyone is okay.
Yes, thank you very much. So far, everybody's okay in my family and also in Jeanologia family. We are living terrible times all around the world, but so far we are all good, and I hope that your family and also the family of everyone joining this conference is also okay.
Yeah. We are pretty okay here, and I really hope that everybody who's joined us, they are also okay.
Great.
So I believe that Spain is now, in the process of coming back to normal in few weeks. Maybe, the peak is over and there's a return to normalcy in some time. Can we hope for that?
Well, we are living what we call a radical uncertainty. So in this moment, you know that COVID-19 is hitting very strongly Europe, especially Italy and Spain. We already have 17,000 dead in Spain, and we cannot say we are going back to normal. We are most of the people is still at home, non-essential companies, as you know, we have been in Jeanologia nominated by our government as an essential company in the fight against COVID-19, but non-essential companies will come back to work tomorrow, step by step, but still, of course, shops and restaurants and hotels and every activity that means concerts, every activity is closed and will be closed at least till July.
July. Oh.
Well, we don't know yet because it's not told by the government. But if we follow what is happening in China, remember that in this COVID-19 crisis, China has been the head of the snake, and they are starting to slowly going back to normality. But probably it will take for them 3 to 4 months to come back to normal life. And Europe and the USA is the middle, and then other countries like India, like Bangladesh, like Pakistan, like Brazil will be the queue. So we are learning from the Chinese experience, and we expect that the shops will not open till June. But we don't have real information. This is what I guess. The important thing is that the first step that every company has taken in Spain was to protect the health of their people and to try to contribute to the country. It's amazing what the people of Inditex, Zara have done, like just bringing medical EPIs and masks to all the Spanish hospitals. The second thing that the companies are doing now is try to protect themselves from the crisis. And I think most of the companies are on that now. But some companies that are more advanced are already in what we call understanding what is going to be the short term after COVID-19, and even understanding and trying to have the vision of what is going to be the future change. Most of the companies now are in what we call phase two, that is mean trying to protect themselves and to keep alive. And I think very soon they will go into phase three, that will be, about trying to imagine the future.
So I saw some information on your company being playing a very big important role in terms of helping government in creating sanitized masks and other equipments, PPE. So can you tell a little about it? How does it work and what are you doing?
Well, I think this is a beautiful history, and we are so proud in Jeanologia. When as a company, Jeanologia has been named, as I mentioned before, as an essential company by the government of Spain in the fight against COVID-19. What is happening is that most of the hospitals in Spain and all around the world, they don't have a screen facial protective mask. You need, these masks that the doctors and the police and the fireman department and the army is using to protect their face, their eyes against COVID. So, together with the Valencia Polytechnic University, with the School of Engineers, and with the collaboration of General Motors Spain, we design plastic masks, screen masks that can be printed in 3D printers, but can be also do industrially by plastic injectors. But the health authorities of our government, they study and they decide, they made a protocol of sanitization and disinfection of these masks prior to hand out or to give these marks to the hospitals. And they decide that ozone, it was the main disinfecting and oxidizing agent in the nature, and their protocol, the protocol of the health authorities of Spanish government, use ozone. So they contact us as experts in ozone. As you know, Jeanologia start manufacturing ozone machines to wash jeans without water, and our first equipment was in 2005. We have more than 1,000 equipments around the world that are today processing jeans, eliminating the use of water and with zero discharge to the, and zero emissions. And what we did is we put a team of engineers. It has been a real hackathon, 15 Jeanologia engineers working 24 hours a day during 4 days. And in only 4 days, electronic engineers, software engineers, chemical engineers, experts in ozone, mechatronics and mechanic engineers, we have been working
That's
24
amazing.
hours a day, and we transform our ozone denim machine in a sanitizing box that can be used to sanitize and disinfect the screen facial mask. We start production 10 days ago. We are producing 15,000 and sanitizing 15,000 masks every day. And we already delivered to the Spanish hospitals 150,000 masks,
That's huge.
and this will continue. This is a donation that the Jeanologia team is giving to our country to help our people and to help, and we are honored to do that. Extremely motivated, but the main thing, Sandeep, the main thing is that we have built it in a modular system. That means that in only 4 hours today, we can transform the all 1,000 G2 machines that are around the world, in India, in Portugal, in Italy, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in Brazil, in the USA, in Japan, in China, in Vietnam, Cambodia, all around the world. We can transform in only 4 hours these denim machines in sanitizing box. And
That's
together with our army, we developed a white room, campaign white room, to put surrounding the G2 converted into a sanitizing box. So now we are contacting our customers. We are explaining them how to do it. we are also giving them the instructions of how to build a mask, so they can offer this to their communities. And I think will be a beautiful history. And I invite everybody that is joining this conference today, if they have a sorry, a G2 machine, to contact us, because I think will be a beautiful history if from the denim industry we can globally make a contribution to the world in these difficult moments. So this is what we are doing, and it's a great initiative, and I'm so proud of all the genealogists. They are today our heroes, and I think that I invite all the industry to join this action.
I think this is a great initiative, and you deserve a round of applause for that from all our visitors and people who are there. It's an amazing thing what you're doing. I mean, in terms of, as you mentioned, the companies, anybody who's having your machine can convert it. So is it they need some hardware, any hardware, extra hardware or software, or
No, they we just need to connect by internet connection to slightly change the software. This is 10 minutes, and then we need to send them the drawings of how they can stop the drum to turn and to convert this into the sanitizing box. And then, very important, we need to send them the protocols that have been designed by the health authorities and that are approved, so they can follow the protocols. But the good thing is that we already have a very, very strong experience, because we are in production every day. So as I tell you, in only one day they can be ready to serve their communities.
That's really wonderful, amazing. Now in terms of the masks. What about the print, the mask itself? You know how, let's say in Spain you're doing it, but how the countries can produce that mask? What is the protocol for that?
Well, there are three ways. One way is that we can we can give the instructions of how to make it in 3D printers. So if they have 3D printers in their countries, they can do it. For instance, in Spain, all the car companies are using the 3D printers to do it. The second way to do it is through plastic injectors, and the plastic mold injectors company. We can also send all the drawings and all the plans. So if they have plastic injectors in their country, they can do it. And if not, there are three companies in Spain with a production capacity of 80,000 a day that are ready to produce at a cost. So they are ready to produce and to sell this at a price of only €1 per mask, which is their cost, because their aim is to contribute to the world. So we can also help them to get the mask, and then the mask need to be disinfected and sanitized in their countries, because it's not that we are taking this back from the hospitals. It's that we are the last step. Sanitization and disinfection is the last step of the production process before arriving to the hospitals, because then the doctors are going to use the mask during 1 month, and they will clean it themselves every day.
And the masks are packed after the sanitization. They are packed. They are done put into some kind of packing so that they are not.
Yes.
Infected.
That's the complete protocol. We don't touch. We put in a net, then inside the machine, and then without touching, in a special bags that are also thermoclose, and they are completely disinfected. It's a protocol created by the health authorities, not by us. We are just following these protocols, but we become experts, so we are already training other people on how to do it.
Well, that's really amazing. I think if you can somehow get all these people who have these machines to do the same what you're doing, that would be amazing contribution to the community.
Yes, and that's why we invite. I think that after this conversation, I will send you a small video that where you can see the ambient in Jeanologia at 2 p.m. every day when we change shift because we are producing in two shifts, and what is the ambient, how what is the strong motivation that our people have in this difficult moment. But imagine that if the jeans community through this technology that is spread all around the world, we can make a contribution. We don't want to do this, and I tell you something, you were clapping me, but you need to clap all the denim community, because Jeanologia is not doing this in our name. All the genealogists ask me to tell you and everybody today that we are doing this donation and this effort in the name of all the jeans community, in the name of all the brands, and in the name of all the manufacturers around the world. So we are ready to help, and anyone that can contact, we are working every day. We have not stopped even one day, and this was our first priority, to help our nation and to help the hospitals and to save lives. Now we are already in the second priority, and the second priority is how can we help our industry.
So we come to that. Just before coming to that, I just ask you: does this machine also help in the suits, Hamza suits? They can also be disinfected, or is it only the masks which can be done?
No, I mean, we need to be very careful because we are talking about COVID-19, okay? So for COVID-19, you need to follow the protocols of the health authorities, and we cannot use the protocols of only of a article in a newspaper or in a technical magazine or a university. You need to have the certification of the protocols on the health authorities. So these protocols are extremely difficult because what they do is they infect with COVID-19 the mask and then disinfect using our technology. So having said that, the protocols today are 100% confirmed for screen facial mask. Had not been confirmed yet by the laboratories, accredited laboratories, for any other material. We suspect, they suspect, and we are 99% sure that it's going to work, but all this need to be confirmed because we are talking about a very serious thing, and we need to be 100% transparent. So we are working in how to help the textile industry, but we will not launch any product till we are not 100% sure that is approved and safe.
In terms of protocol, since this is Spanish government protocol, so we also need to see, let's say if we want to do the same thing in India, probably we need to also get approval for the protocol, or how does it work? Because, or is it a global WHO protocol? Is it a WHO protocol global, or is it only Spanish government protocol?
Well, this is a protocol that has been designed by the Spanish government, but obviously we are talking about the European government that is in touch with European health authorities, and we are talking about the 12th economy in the world. So I do think that it's quite safe, but for sure every country will have their own rules and legislation. But the fact that it's already approved by a country like Spain, that I will say that have one of the more advanced sanitary system in the world, that is already, a very strong guarantee. But I don't know the rules and the laws in every country, and this is something that everyone need to do it. What we can do and we can share is our experience, how to do it, how to follow the protocols, how to transform the G2 denim machine in a mask sanitization box And this is something that we are ready, and we have a team of people prepared for that.
That's wonderful. So now we come to our industry, because that is one of the most important point we all have in our mind. What is really going to happen to our industry? What do you see in the coming times? Right now, we know that it's in a big disaster. Stores are closed, factories are closed, mills are closed. So, what is the next step you see? What is going to happen next?
Well, I don't think this is going to change. I mean, for sure, we are going to suffer a lot. I anticipate that 50% of the brands and retailers will disappear. I
80%.
anticipate, yeah, this is our calculations. I anticipate that 50% of the manufacturers will disappear, and we will face a very strong consolidation. And a very strong consolidation, that means that some of the manufacturers will be stronger, the survivals will be much more stronger. But apart from that, I don't think that business is going to change. What I think is that we are going to face a tremendous acceleration of trends that were already there before COVID-19. So what we were suspecting that was going to be happening in 2005, 2010, now will happen in 2021, 2022. And there are three main trends that were there before COVID-19. The first one is sustainability. Before COVID-19, sustainability, that means eliminating any toxic discharge to the ambient, to the water, and to the atmosphere. Sustainability was an advanced capability, was an advanced manufacturing capability. From now, sustainability is a must. It's not anymore an advanced capability, it's going to be a basic capability. Consumers will never buy again a product that has been manufactured without taking care of our rivers, our sea, and our planet. Nobody in the world will again purchase and be loyal to a brand that is not respecting the world. So I'm anticipate that all these companies that are now forced to close by the governments and by the fact that they don't have orders, when they reopen, they will never start again the scrapping lines, the potassium permanganate lines, the pumice stone, and all these things. This will never reopen again. I mean, if someone reopen that, it's crazy, because consumer is not going to accept. So the way we manufacture jeans is already has changed. It's not going to be never the same. This was going to happen, Sandeep. This is not new, but it's only an acceleration. It's not anymore valid to say I have an eco line and I have a normal line. No, now everything should be sustainable. Greenwash is not possible anymore. I mean, it needs to be real. So need to be real. So it's about a green deal, the green deal that the textile world need to do with our nature. So I do think this is the first thing. The second thing is about digitalization, digital first. I mean, it's about 3D design, it's about virtual shows, it's about virtual design in 3D, it's about digital showrooms, and we are doing, and this was already there, but now it's accelerated because the loser in this after COVID is going to be physical stores, and the winner is going to be
Online.
e-retailers online, and especially e-retailers. I mean, e-retailers that have born on online and that they have the experience in online. We calculate that it's going to be today in Europe is 10%, in China was 20%. I think that China is going to be 40-50% online, and Europe and the USA, we will arrive to 30-40% of the sales will be online. So the winner is online, and we need to completely change our operational models. We need to change the way we produce. So we at Jeanologia, we are in these initiatives. We have created a new software that we call e-design to design washes over a 3D renders or over photographs, and we create another software called Digital Wash that can give you the formulas on how to produce. We are already working online with the main brands around the world, making tests and working with them from home. And the results are fantastic because we can create a collection without a physical garment, and we can extract the formulas. It's in the initial stage, but we already launched last week the product one-to-one with the main brands and the main companies, and we are working on that. And it's an open platform. So Jeanologia platform is an open platform that can be connected to all the virtual 3D, virtual stitch and visual 3D companies like Brosware, like Claw, like Mayar, like Unmade or Stitch or Vidia, to all these guys. So we have created in open format, but no matter what we do or what other people do, for sure, 3D designs and digital design is the next thing. And I will say the third thing is that if the way we sell change from physical to online, the way we produce need to change. So we are strong believers, and this trend was also before COVID-19, that the future of can you hear me?
I little lost you a little. I don't know others have lost you or not, but I lost you a bit.
Okay, it's now better?
Yeah, now better.
Okay. So we believe that what we call nearshoring, we think that production in Bangladesh, in India, in Vietnam will still be very important, but the main problem of the market now is inventories, and no one is going to plan 6 months, 12 months ahead anymore. So we anticipate that 10% of production will come back through urban factories and automation to USA and Europe. We anticipate that some countries will be winners, like Turkey, like Mexico, like Portugal.
East
But
Europe? East Europe also, maybe?
East Europe, maybe, but I think that countries with a textile tradition, because we need an integrated supply chain. That means you need to have in the same country fabric, manufacturing capacity, and fashion sensibility. So we anticipate some new opportunities that probably will be, the Chinese or the Pakistanis or the Indians or the Mexicans that will put a small factories in Europe and the USA. I'm not telling they are not going to be in this game. They are going to be part of this game, but urban factories and advanced manufacturing in countries like Bangladesh and Pakistan is the future. We already started to work on that 3 years ago when we launched Laundry 5.0, when we launched our program of on-demand manufacturing with Levi's in Nevada and in Miami or with Alibaba in Shanghai, or with PVH in Amsterdam. And we really do believe that COVID-19 has accelerated that. This was going to come slowly. Now we strongly believe that the three main things for the future is not about product, it's about the way we manufacture the product. We believe that product is going to be more simple, the product is going to be more minimalist, but the way we produce is the key. So now it's about how we produce, how we manufacture, and it's going to be sustainability, digital design, and on-demand manufacturing. These are the three keys for the future, and it's just an acceleration of a trend that was there before COVID-19.
Acceleration probably is to the tune of let's say from 10 years. From 10 years perspective, we have gone down to 1 year. I mean, maybe is it kind of 10 times acceleration probably because of COVID? Something which would have happened in 10 years probably we are going to do in 1 year maybe.
In 1 year or in 2, and it's true that we are going to face a very strong economical crisis, extremely strong economical crisis. But at the end of the day, this will balance demand and offer. And this balance in demand and offer will make that the relationship between the brands and retailers and the manufacturers is not going to be anymore, a tendering relationship. Is going to be a strategic partnership. And only through a strategic partnership, you can see the future. So yes, I agree. The acceleration, I can define that is what was going to happen in 10 years now is going to happen in 1 or 2, but at a small scale, because the market is going to shrink. There is too much offer in terms of manufacturing capabilities, and there is too much offer in terms of brands to consumer. So this is going to rebalance everything. Consumer demand with brands and retailers, with manufacturers. I think this will reshape to a much better industry, but unfortunately, it will be with a lot of suffering.
So, do you think we are looking at reduction in demand of over 50% going ahead?
Well, let's see what is happening in China, okay? And let's take China calendar. Even China government claims that this start in February. Everybody knows that this start in December. Okay, so from December till April, that means December, January, February, March, April, 4 months they've been closed. Okay, then in April they start slowly to open. I will say that in the 1st of May, all the stores will be open again in China. But reality is that day to day, if we speak with our customers that have shops, a lot of shops in China, they are reporting like day to day today, they are around 35% down. So it will take till December to come back to normal levels of sale. So first, consumer need to buy again. But now think that you are not someone living in New York. That imagine that the shops reopen in New York. I will say between July and September, and then you go to the shop, and you go to the shop wearing a mask, and someone is going to measure your temperature in your head, and then you are inside, and you are afraid to touch the garments, and you are afraid to go to the fitting room, because who has fit this garment before you? I mean, some people will not buy because they feel afraid, they feel uncomfortable. So that's our short-term work. Now we are working as a technology company in how can we help the retailers and the consumers to win trust, to have trust again in the product. To tell them when we reopen in June, in July, the shops, to tell them, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. This product is safe for you. That's why, Sandeep, all the experience that we are gaining through sanitization of medical material, that is huge experience, speaking with microbiologists, with experts from the army, with experts from the, working hand by hand with them. We are now going to try to use all this experience to help our industry. And the only way to help our industry in the short term is concentrate all the effort in making consumer trust that they are safe when they buy again. They need to be sure that this textile material cannot harm their health. And that's the main thing. And this is the short term. We all need to concentrate on that. I mean, because imagine, there is no sense in opening against the stores if no one is going to buy. And if no one is going to buy, the manufacturers that are our customers are not going to have orders. And if they don't have orders, we are not going to have orders. So our first thing is recover the trust of the consumer in the health and safety of textile products. And this is our focus. We have a team now. All our 15 engineers that had been working in textile sanitization now are working that had been working in mask sanitization are working now in textile sanitization. And we add all our laser innovation team, ozone innovation team, e-flow innovation team, H2O innovation team, all our strength to this project. So we have more than 40 people working on that, and we are going to invest, we already invest a substantial amount of money, because we think that, for us, people and planet is first, but textile industry is in our heart, and we think that in this moment we need to help the brands, help the retailers. Without them, there is no industry. So we need to put all our effort. I know that some people is unhappy and criticizing the fact that some retailers are just cutting their orders like crazy. But we need to understand that they have closed their shops. And that it's not about reopening. It's about reopening with the right product, and it's about the reopening with the trust. And we all need to help on that.
So do you think it is possible at retail level to have, maybe, let's say, as you're saying, probably that is in your mind, some kind of small machines which can sanitize the products again and again, so that the consumer is assured that whatever he is touching is already, safe?
I still don't know what is the model. Because it in the mind it seems simple, but execution it is not so simple, and we are playing with COVID-19, that is a killer. So we need to make sure that whatever we do is 100% perfect. It's not about fast. Now it's about fast and perfect. So because we are playing with the health of the people. So I don't know if it's what you have explained or if it's another system, but we are on it. And believe me, One thing, Sandeep, that I learned from this experience is that a development project that normally in Jeanologia takes 6 months, we make in only 1 week.
Wow.
How is possible? Just because our people was working 24 hours 7, because they were absolutely motivated, because when humans, we have a purpose, and our purpose is help our community, this become, and because they were extremely focused in only one thing. So I learned that we can do the things faster and better. So our teams are working on it, and within the month of April, we are going to have some answers, and we will do some presentations.
That's amazing, because this team effort at this time when and it's your inspiration from you, and the feeling to help the community was probably so strong that your team really worked so hard and so fast.
Yeah, I know, Sanjay, that everybody is suffering. The economic disaster is terrible, and everybody is trying to protect the cash in order to survive. But remember that this time is not like 2018. This time we need to protect the cash, but also we need to protect the spirit of our people. And to protect the spirit of our people, we need to do good things. It's the time of good companies. It's the time of companies that put people and planet before profit. It's not anymore the times of companies that only look on short term and profit. It's the time to look, to have a long view, to put people and planet before profit. It's the times of collaboration between companies. It's the times of trusting our customers. The first thing we did as a company is ask ourselves, how can we protect our suppliers? How can we protect our customers? So it's the time of real collaboration from the heart. I think that only good companies will survive, and it's the time to demonstrate that in the denim community we want to be the best industry for the world, not the best industry of the world, the best industry for the world. Carmen and our marketing department, now is not the time, but we are preparing a statement that we call Mission Zero. Now is not the time, because the time is life, survival, and recover consumer trust. But as soon as we recover the consumer trust, our next thing is Mission Zero, and Mission Zero is we invite everybody to say that in 1 year no more discharge. And we are so committed. We are so committed that we as a company, we don't want to work anymore with companies that contaminate. So we will refuse them as customers. We only want to work with good companies. I think this is a major change. This is a consequence. COVID-19 is a consequence of all the bad things we do to the nature. So it's time to react, and to react all together.
That's an amazing statement. It's an amazing statement, and this is, I would say, a visionary statement to take a stand of this kind, where people try to save their profits and other things. So I think it's an amazing stand you're taking. Yeah,
Just one thing more to mention. Don't forget, Sandeep and everybody, that garments are very important, but material is very important. Fabric is very important. How we made the denim fabric. We need to rethink the way we manufacture denim fabric, and this is very key. And I think that, over there is going to be a major change. And it's not going to be this time about color. It's not going to be about if my slab is going to be a little bit bigger or smaller, because minimalism is going to be there. It's going to be about how
Technical.
we manufacture the fabric. It's going to be about performance, but also it's going to be about manufacture technologies. And it's also the same. I want to make sure that in my factory, when I'm going to do stitching, I receive the right fabric, and that the fabric is made in a way that that is going to help this mission zero work. So fabric, it is key, and we need all the minds, all the clever minds in our industry, of the fabric industry and denim industry, to work about that. And we are working through our G2 Dynamic team. We are working very strongly, trying to collaborate with other companies to take fabric manufacturing to another level and fabric finishing to another level.
So, one more aspect is the health and wellness wellness of the product. So, when we are talking as fabric, do you think the basic character of the fabric also has to change in terms of adding some features like, yeah, we already have some of them like antimicrobial and other treatments we have already. So, do you think these kind of treatments at the fabric level and at the washing level, application during the washing will be increased and should be increased to help in the preserve the health of the people?
Well, as I told you before, they are short term and long term. In the short term, there is only one priority: recover the trust of consumer. If all these treatments help to recover the trust of the consumer, are welcome. So, antimicrobial is an opportunity, and there are other opportunities, but why not? Anything. I don't know the I don't know the I know the I don't know the way. I know what we need to do. The target. The target is to recover consumer. Don't think about yourself. Don't think about I'm doing that on my fabric. Think about the final consumer. What they need. They need to, number one, they need to feel safe, and number two, they need to make sure that they don't buy a product that has been produced damaging our wall. If you are catch again damaging the wall, you are out of business. So please, everybody that is not convinced of that, I invite them to don't reopen again. Make us this favor. If you are not ready to play the game of being 100% sustainable, please keep up your homes and dedicate to other things. Because we in the textile community want to be the first industry, and this community, we want to be the first industry to tell the world that we are 100% mission zero and zero emissions. 100%, all the community, not only one brand, everybody. We are ready even to open all our, as we opened some years ago, we opened our live PP technology patents to the market. So we are ready, to open some of our technologies to everybody, because we really believe that this is time to change the whole textile industry. We only have opportunity altogether in the same direction.
But one of the issues I see here is that the companies being already financially very weak due to this crisis, whether they have the funds to invest for the sustainability or not, because that is always has been one of the issues why sustainability was not taken forward properly.
The moment is perfect now, Sandeep. The moment is perfect, because someone that was manufacturing 40,000 jeans every day now is going to have orders for only 10,000 a day. So they have the possibility to do it for a small scale. And someone that was producing 20,000 a day is going to produce 5,000 a day. So you don't need to do it with all your production. You just need to start small and to scale it. But if you want to restart your business, in the same way that your business was before COVID-19, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. You are not realistic. And it's going to be a lot of funds available in the market of private investors ready to invest on that. So if you don't have enough capital to do it, look for private investors to join you. Make a joint venture with your competitor. Consolidate, because we cannot keep like that. 400 denim mills in the world is not sustainable. The biggest jeans manufacturing in the world, Crystal, in China and Vietnam and Cambodia, is not even producing 1% of the jeans that are consumed in the world. The biggest brand in the world producing jeans, Levi's, Contour, both together, they don't produce more than 4-5%. So this is not sustainable. Consolidation is going to happen. So start small and then grow from there, but do it in the right way. And margins will come back to you. And if you cannot do it, ask help to your or try to make joint ventures or look for private venture capital. There are many opportunities, but the only thing you should not think is that you are going to come back to the old way. Don't reopen your potassium permanganate lines, your manual scrapping lines, because this is going to kill your company and it's going to damage our industry and consumer trust. And now we need to win consumer trust through sanitization and through sustainability. True sustainability.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely. Now, in terms of consumers, do you see there's any difference between the consumers, how consumers will react after a few months, let's say when things are starting to get a bit normal in Europe, in US, in Asia, where there will be different reactions? Because I believe that in China, there is some pickup of sales. Today only I saw a report that Arms sold $2.7 million of goods in one store in one day on opening. So, I mean, and also we are hearing of revenge shopping in US, where once the people are out of the kind of cages, houses, cages like cages, so they are really going to rush and do the shopping. But I don't know. I mean, these are all just conjectures, and we are just thinking about it. I don't know. What do you think about it?
Well, I think that to answer that, I need a crystal ball, okay? But looking into my crystal ball, what I see is that the first thing that will happen is that a lot of inventories will go to the market at a very low price, extremely low price. I think that the clever companies, rather than do that, what they will do is remade. That means that adapt their inventory in terms of upcycling to the new season, and because the reducing the price just to exchange garments per cash, I think is a killer option. But I do think that I don't see the consumers coming back running to the shops eager to buy. I think the consumers will come back to the shops slowly because they will feel unsafe. The act of buying is not anymore something that is, beautiful because you feel unsafe. So I think that this is going to be a slow recovery, and that's why it is very, very important that we attract the heart of the consumers with the right product, with the right message, not only the pocket. At the end of the day, the message is that, okay, please, I think everybody should be should try to be positive, and hard times, time to fight. What we are going to live is a total transformation, and I'm positive in very, very positive in the medium term. I think this will be better. It will be good for our industry, but of course a lot of suffering. Is going to happen, and believe me, also I see newcomers, new companies coming into this industry. New startups, new private equity investing. So if we do it, it's perfect. If not, other people is going to do it. But textile and apparel it will reshape, as I told you before.
It will be a little more high tech than what we have been doing before. We'll
Absolutely. It's about the worst thing in the future will be. I mean, I don't see any more 12-month planning and 6-month planning and all these things. This is going to be about on-demand manufacture, and it's not going to be about price. It's going to be about quality, sustainability, and speed.
and those seasons probably we are going to be out of season. So it's a refined form of fast fashion. I mean, it will be a refined form of fast fashion where the let's say the weaker aspects of fast fashion are removed, and we are looking at fast creation of products, but with good quality and sustainability.
Yes, and accurate. Accurate is very important. I mean, fast fashion is about react fast to a consumer trend. And then on-demand manufacturing is about producing what you sell rather than selling what you produce. But accurate fashion is about understanding what the customer is going to buy before they buy. But this is the long term. Now there is no time to. You can have long term in your radar, but now we need to concentrate all our efforts in the short term. Again, recover consumer trust, 3D design, 100% sustainable, and on-demand manufacturing.
Absolutely. So before we finish, let's try to take one or two questions. A lot of people have questions. Let me try if I can manage this. Just give me 1 second. Okay, there's one question here. Can you see it?
Yes. Someone is asking. Respuesta.
Okay.
Yeah, the question is about your idea of the 2020 laundry business.
Yes,
Is the question?
Yes. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So I think you already answered this in some ways. Maybe.
Yeah, laundry 5.0. I mean, zero discharge, zero potassium permanganate. And a combination of laser and ozone technology, but in a complete way. I mean, try to really connect all the new technologies, everything digital. I mean, I think that the answer is Laundry 5.0.
Okay. There's another question. How will the textile industry learn from this episode of Blackout in terms of sustainability? Okay, that was also answered, I think, already. Sustainability is already answered. Then from Grand Text him, hello Enrique, great talks and need your insight on how Jeanologia is taking part of the circularity denim forward. I think probably you already answered, but still maybe you can give some points in this if you want.
Okay. I mean, if we define circularity in denim as recover and reuse and remain, I think that before thinking in circularity, we need to think in mission zero. I mean, 15%, 1/5 of the apparel clothing that is manufactured is never sold. Go
15%.
directly is 15, 1/5. Never go to anybody wardrobe or body. It goes directly to landfill. So the first thing to do is to eliminate this through on-demand manufacturing technologies. Okay, but then upcycling and recycling is very important, and that's why as a technology company we are working in how can we help through sanitization to business like second hand, to business like upcycling, and to design garments in a way that can be recycled in a simple way. I know this is not going to be this is not such a big problem in cotton because cotton biodegrades in the nature very fast. But for polyester and synthetics that are really killing our planet, I mean, remember that polyester and synthetic is 15% of the business. It is a problem. So we are also trying to work on that. But our first mission is first, let's stop emission, and second, we will reuse. But if we don't stop emissions first, if we are still manufacturing things that nobody wear, then it don't make sense. Yeah.
All right. I think we all got the point. And first of all, I really want to thank you from my heart for all these initiatives that you have taken, which are, for helping the community, for helping the global community, rather, I would say, in terms of this crisis and helping the people to keep safe, making your contributions for that, and also thinking for the future in a big way in how to shape the future. So I think that is amazing contribution from you and from your entire team and Jeanology family. So thanks, Enrique. I thank you from all the large number of people who have attended this conference, and they've been putting a lot of comments. We cannot take all the comments because the time is limited. So, but yes, we can revert to them later on, based on their questions if they have more questions. So I thank you once again. It's been a big pleasure for me, great pleasure for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you, and please don't forget that we at Jeanologia, and this is the message that all the genealogists has to tell, we are doing this not in our name, but in the name of all our customers and in the name of all the denim community. So thank you also to all of you.
Thank you, Enrique. Thank you. Ciao. Bye.
Take care. Keep safe.
Thank you.